Hello beautiful people, my name is Springs and it really feels good to be back on this program once again, the Diaspora Strategist, which is the baby of TRT Media, and it's really wonderful to be back, and I'm glad that you guys are still very much around. Thank you for everything you've been doing, thank you for all your support, thank you for the calls, thank you for everything you're doing. We sincerely appreciate it. But on today's episode of Diaspora Strategist, we are quickly going to talk about a very important event that is coming up, and that is the Voice Achievers Award. The Voice Achievers Award. And in preparation towards that, what we did was, our team was in Almere, and our beautiful presenter, Evelyn Aje, was with Pastor Elvis Iruh, and Pastor Elvis Iruh is the publisher of the Voice magazine, and is the main man behind the Voice Achievers Award. So we were there in our area, and Evelyn actually had the pleasure, of interacting with Pastor Elvis Iruh, and it indeed went pretty well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you guys to sit back and watch the interaction between our correspondent, our presenter, Evelyn Aje, interacting with Pastor Elvis Iruh, the publisher, The Voice magazine. But before then, let's quickly go on a short break.
God will damage you with blessings. The wisdom where God give you when you take the water, they find all these places where they sell better food. You know, even give Solomon wow.
Thank you, sir. I submit the formula for enjoyment. Well, pass every other apprentice for this place.
Yes, sir.
If anybody see fish and say it go better for you, that person they blind though. Because yesterday, today, and your future now they chop so.
Put now that food be this one. Nah, Yarisi place they give me 4 times wetin I buy.
I can explain, sir.
Come back here.
Introducing Glow Formula. Get 4 times your recharge to make local and international calls. Text and browse. To recharge, dial *323 *pin hash to enjoy 4 times.
Wow.
The largest data network, Glow Unlimited.
Yes, welcome back. Without wasting much of your time, let me allow you guys to sit back and watch the interaction between the Diaspora Strategist of TRT Media and Pastor Elvis Iruh of the Voice Achievers Award and the Voice Achievers magazine.
Media.
Today I have the pleasure and the honor to interview Pastor Elvis Iruh, the first African journalist to publish an English magazine in the Netherlands. My name is Evelyn Aje, so please stay tuned to watch this wonderful man's life so far. Pastor Elvis Iruh, The Voice magazine. You are the first African man to publish an English news magazine in Holland. This is quite an achievement. Would you like to elaborate a little bit on that? How did that come about? What made you want to do this in the Holland?
Thank you for this opportunity and this interview. I probably not the first because I remember that there were 2 or 3 newsletters that were published then, but they didn't survive. Okay. I think the one of them lasted a year and the other 2 years, but they were in news letter form. I saw them and I thought this could be improved.
Okay.
You know, and then, having gone around and I couldn't find anything about Africans in the Netherlands, I decided to start The Voice.
Okay. And you've been running since 1999?
Yeah, the first edition came out on August 12th, 1999.
Right, and that was a success, so it made you carry on?
Yeah, it was a success, but I always laugh at myself now when I think back, because I did everything by myself. And if you see that first publication, the scanning was poor. I expanded people's head. I mean, it was just an experiment. Look, I was a journalist already. I've worked for big publications like West African Magazine in UK, like New Africa, and I didn't want to copy any publication, so I wanted to do something unique, something out of myself, you know.
Right.
So I just did everything on my own. But when the publication came out, the reception blew me away. I didn't expect it, you know. So it was like, oh, there was an inch for this, because I printed 500 copies and I sold probably about 499.
Oh wow!
I only kept a copy for myself.
100%
yeah, so I mean that was so. We took it to African events.
Right.
I hawked it, you know, the way we do in Africa. Carried it in my hand, going about. You want a copy?
Yeah.
You know, so I think some people bought it out of pity for me, that this African guy carrying newspaper all over the place.
And that's dedication and that's commitment, and that's what takes.
So with that success, it gave me the drive to go for the second edition and the third edition.
And probably now the hundreds.
Yeah, now we've done 167 editions.
Wow.
So
I really must commend you on that, because in a country such as Holland, they're very proud on their language, the Dutch language. So you being able to break through that ice, it's really a great achievement. So I commend you on that.
Thanks.
Also, I read about, because I did introduce you as a pastor, Pastor Iruh, from a journalist to pastoring. What led to that?
It's a long story. We'll probably spend hours talking about it. Yeah. But I became a Christian, and I went to school and I studied a little bit about Christianity. And having come from a background of family and people and growing up in Nigeria, I saw that there was a calling upon my life, a gifting to preach, to teach. So I was encouraged by my pastor to go to Bible school, and I went through that, and then finally I was ordained as a pastor.
In Holland?
In Holland, in Victory Outreach International in Amsterdam. It's a church that is over 50 years old. But I've always been a journalist, and
the love is still there.
The love is still there. So I could put the two together, because it's also about people. The media is to reach people, and my Christian faith is to reach people. So it was a good combination for me.
Yeah. I think you're doing an excellent job to be able to make that great combination of reaching the people that don't know a lot about God through journalism, and also through journalism reaching the faith.
Well, look, I had a medium with which I can propagate my faith, and I could reach people. So actually the church was my first constituency to say. And then from the church I moved it out to the public, and then I embraced the two, and it has blended well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you face any challenges back in the days, 1999, when you were trying to publish the first magazine?
Yes, I did. Quite a lot, you know. The first challenge was that it's not possible.
Right.
You know?
That's what you were being told.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. You know, I went to people to say, please, can you support me to materialize this dream? And they said, no, it's not possible. A tried it, it failed. B tried it, and C. And I said, well, but I'm Z. You know, so I'm
different strategy altogether.
And again, I'm a trained journalist. I studied journalism. Actually, I studied broadcast journalism.
Oh, right.
And because of circumstances, I ended up in the print. And I fell in love with it. So this is my passion. This is my life. So I'm not doing it only because I want to make money,
Oh,
but because I want to inform people. I want to take information from point A to point B and to Z, that everybody is aware of what is happening around them. So I wasn't too discouraged when people say it was not possible, because I knew it was possible.
The passion.
Yeah, the passion was there. And I had a wonderful wife who supported me, you know, both financially, morally, and he said, listen, I don't have any clue about journalism. I'm a nurse. No, I'm talking about my wife. Said, I don't have a clue, but I'll give you the support.
Right.
You know, and she did.
Brilliant.
And I had a very good friend, Edward Ogbe.
Yeah.
He now lives in the UK. He's a pharmacist by profession.
Okay.
He offered me his computer. He offered me his house.
Right.
You know, so the two of us worked tirelessly, you know, to get this magazine to start. And I'm ever grateful to that friend of mine, even though we are not so much in contact these days, you know, but it really was a strength.
So what was the reaction of the very people that said you can't do this?
I wouldn't know, because but they kept seeing the magazine come out.
Yeah.
I remember when we asked people to subscribe, they would ask us for subscription for 3 months.
Right.
So they didn't want to risk their money.
Yeah.
So that, you know, and then it increased from 3 months to 6 months.
Yeah.
And then to 1 year. And then suddenly we started getting subscription for 2 years.
All right.
You know, people pay their money into their account and say, I subscribe for 2 years.
Yeah.
So that means
they're interested.
they're interested,
yeah.
but also challenging us to work harder.
Yeah.
You know, so even if it was for one person, I have no reason not to bring the magazine out, because they're going to ask, where's my copy?
It's already paid for.
It's already paid for. So that makes us even to work harder.
Yeah.
But it was really encouraging, because I noticed that people started with 3 months subscription.
Yeah.
Even when we put on paper that it was for 6 months, but they said, no, I don't want to risk 6 months. It's too long. 3 months. At least if I lose 3 months, then
it's okay. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, you know. So they said 3 months, you know, and then 6 months. But suddenly we started getting 1 year, 2 years. Nobody even took the 3 months or 6 months offer anymore.
Yeah.
And I told my team, it means that we have to work harder.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. You have to keep the people keen and eager to.
Yeah. And because there was nothing, there was a vacuum, you know, so it really helped.
Okay, right. Well, this is how the Voice magazine looks like. So this, what kind of information do you put in these magazines?
Look, every information that interests Africans. I mean, this is a woman from African origin who became the first African woman Secretary General of FIFA. I mean, it's, if you ask somebody on the street, they probably don't know even anything about FIFA, and now an African woman being in such a top position.
Yeah.
You know, so we profile her, and all of this story is to encourage, to inspire. The motto of the Voice magazine is actuated towards Africans' advancement.
Right.
So everything we do is to push us towards an advancement, an improvement for Africa and Africans. You know, so people also complain that they don't get negative stories. You know, you don't talk about crime so much, and I say that is not the intention. There's enough of those stories everywhere
else.
You know, so we want to bring out the extraordinary stories of people doing extraordinary things, of being elevated to higher position in society, and that's what the Voice is about.
Right, because this isn't a monthly issue; it comes out every month.
Yeah, we've revolved. There was a time we had bi-monthly, you know, just testing based on our resources, and then eventually we became a monthly publication, and we did that for the last 10 years, and then just last year we started considering to do digital copy, and then January of this year we finally came to that conclusion based on our assessment of the market that it was ideal for us to go digital. So now the Voice is still monthly, but it's on digital version.
Okay, well, Pastor, I'll take you all the way back. I'll go back to pastoring, your role as a pastor. You went to Kenya to do evangelism for about 5 years with your family. What kind of work were you doing there? Were you still, during the time that you were there, were these magazines still being published?
Actually, what happened was that we started a church in Kenya, Victory Outreach Kenya, and the local team were struggling with the vision of the ministry and to bring it to the standard that is expected of them.
Right.
And there was a call from our corporate office in America to ask somebody in Europe who would take responsibility for the church.
Okay.
And I prayed about it, and the Lord said, yes, I want you to go.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, that was a decision that was strange for my family back in Africa, for my church members who have got used to me.
To see you go.
To see me go, and not even knowing what time I'll be back.
Right.
You know, but officially I was told it was going to be a period of 4 to 5 years.
Right.
You know, so I talked it with my wife, and she was okay with it. The children were young, so they really didn't have option
They just
to
had
go
to
with
go
us.
along, yeah.
So we went. So my task there was to raise up leaders in the church, develop the fundamentals, the basis of the ministry, and to give them the identity of what our ministry is about.
Okay.
So that when they continue, they don't differ from what we are doing as a
Okay.
ministry.
In that 5 years period, everything was accomplished.
Yes,
So you
yes,
returned.
everything was accomplished, and during that period, I handed over the magazine to a new team.
Okay.
I set up a whole body around it,
Okay.
with a managing editor, and Mr. Iruh, who was a very faithful and lovely brother, and he did a good job, a great job to take the magazine to another level.
Right.
For the period that I was away.
Okay, so he was managing things here.
Yeah, he was managing things here.
Okay.
So we had a managing editor. So I relinquished my position as editor and also backed off editorially. So I allowed them.
You went
the freedom.
100% for God.
Yeah, I went 100% for ministry. And,
Right.
But they kept me abreast with what was happening and the program. And I'm so proud of that team because they kept it on.
And it's still going.
Yeah. So
Okay,
when I came back, they stepped aside and said, "Okay, you are the man. You
The
are
big boss."
Yes. So, well, you should continue, and that's how the team has stayed.
Okay, oh, brilliant. That's a great achievement. Because it's not always that when you leave your work for someone else to continue your legacy.
There's a lot of things we are learning, you know, and honestly, I'm so proud of you guys, you know, giving me this opportunity to use your medium to talk to our people that it is possible. We can work together.
Yes.
We can be friends. We can be family, and we can do business together.
Absolutely.
Without conflict, just understanding.
Yeah.
I left this magazine for another team, and they did it for over 5 years.
Yeah.
And I could take it over again when I came back, and that team, we are still together working to build the magazine.
Yeah.
So it's something that can be done.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not a whitish idea that only white people can work together and black people can work together. No, we can.
So far as you set your mind, because there's no I in team, huh?
No,
So
no. I've always believed in the team concept. I learned that through my ministry that you achieve more when you work together than when you work alone.
Yeah, definitely.
And that has really helped. And again, my involvement with the media, without not taking credit for myself, has inspired others to do it.
Yes.
So I think after 3 years of The Voice, another publication came up, African Bulletin, and Color Pictures. And I mean, there were other publications that have come after The Voice. Of course, some of them did not survive. You know,
Bit of healthy competition.
Well, I didn't even see it as competition. I saw it as a good development.
Right.
I was going to functions alone as an African journalist and African media, and then suddenly we are 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So that gives us more quality.
Absolutely.
And people take us more serious. That Africans, they have their own media.
Yeah. Your aim is achieved then, because you wanted to raise awareness of what's going on in the African community and what African people are actually doing in Europe.
Yeah.
So being able to see other journalists
it makes me happy.
It makes you happy.
Really, it makes me happy. It makes me proud. If you want to call me a pioneer, I love that, because then there are people following you.
Yeah,
because you cannot be a pioneer if there are nobody coming behind you.
Exactly.
You know?
You're
So
a man
now there are more in the radio, in the television.
Yeah.
It makes the community more exciting.
Absolutely. So, Pastor Elvis, when did you decide to come up to actually then recognize people? Because you've come up with this
Achievers
Award. That's actually recognizing the work of people in the community, the Africans, and people that are doing excellent and outstanding work.
Yeah.
For
it all started with our anniversary, because every year we were celebrating an anniversary, you know,
right, of the magazine.
Of the magazine.
Right.
But then I thought people only came to eat, drink, and then go home.
Right.
Have a small party. And I thought it wasn't good enough. It does not add value to what we are doing. So I thought we need to recognize people,
right,
and to say thank you to people in their lifetime.
Right.
I'm somebody who hates going to funerals.
Yeah, funeral is not a positive thing.
Yeah, because no, but that is where you get the best compliments.
Absolutely. People do wait. Sadly, they wait till you're gone to read the biggest.
Strangely enough, you get the best compliments on funeral. They come and talk how good you were, and they never said it to the person while he was alive. And I said to myself, I said, no, I want to tell people thank you while they're alive.
Yes.
I want them to look at me in the face and say thank you too, for the little effort you are making,
for the
and for recognizing me, and for appreciating my little contribution, which many of them don't even see as
an effort,
as a contribution. So when I brought it up, my colleagues were like, okay, but how are we going to go about it? Are we going to set up a website and people can vote people? And I said, no, I don't want the voting style. I don't like that, you know, because then that is not recognizable based on their accomplishment. I want people to nominate.
Yeah.
So it's not going to come from us. So we don't nominate any awardee.
Okay.
The public does that.
Okay.
So around May, June, we put it in the magazine that it is open. You can nominate any person, any category you want, from outstanding personality in business, in music, in entertainment, motivational, inspirational, just all of those various categories.
Right.
So people send in names to us.
How do they send in the nominees?
Through email, through telephone call, but best email, because then you can give us a little profile of the person, and we say put the person's contact, telephone, email, or website, because we want to verify what you are saying about the person, if it is true.
Yeah.
And then we get a pool, so that's 5 names, 10 names, 2 names. We check out those names, and then we decide on one for that year, and the other ones we kept them pending.
Okay.
So if no other additional name, the following year we consider that list again.
Okay. So is there one award given out at the Achievers Award, or is it more in different categories?
Yeah, it's different categories. This year we have 31 awards we are giving out.
Okay.
And 2 Goodwill Ambassadorial Award for people who have supported the cause of the Voice magazine. So it's also new. We are just introducing that we also want to have our own Goodwill ambassadors.
Okay.
You know, as a way of telling them, not only have you supported us financially or morally, but we want you to also represent us.
Yeah.
We want you to become a voice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We are looking for more voices.
Okay. Right. So the nominee. And then the panel, your team, you sit down and you decide.
Yeah, actually the panel is not directly my team. There are people we pick from society.
Okay.
So some of them are not directly involved with the Voice.
So they decide.
So they decide, and every year we don't use the same committee. So after this year, this committee is dissolved. So we set up a new committee for 2018. Okay. So that there's no partiality and there's no favoritism and all that. So members of the committee probably don't know those names. No. So they are considering them on merit, to say, based on the information given to us. Yeah. So sometimes we are also not able to verify those information, because later sometimes people call and they complain, now that person you are giving the award to, he hasn't done so much, there's somebody who is better. You know.
But then did they nominate?
Yeah, so I tell the person, well, if we don't know you, we cannot award you.
Absolutely.
You know, so we explain it to them, and then they understand, you know. And somebody sometimes just call and even wants to nominate himself, and I said, it's not a problem. Put it in writing. Yeah. Why do you think you deserve to be recognized?
Absolutely.
And then we will consider it. But every year we have a different team, about 5-6 people. Draw from various backgrounds, and we don't release their names so that nobody goes influencing them.
And then,
I know the chairman of the board, and I know I'm only giving one voting right.
Right. Okay.
So I can nominate one.
Okay.
And I gave my nomination this year to a young lady from Zambia,
Okay.
who at the age of 15 is a counselor and doing tremendous work, and you are going to meet her during this award. So I also try to look for somebody that is inspiring and so that will come and tell her story and be recognized.
So do these people fly over, like the lady from Zambia?
Yeah.
Does that mean she'll be flying over from Zambia?
Yeah, she's coming. She got her visa, so she's going to fly in from Zambia.
Okay.
The embassies are aware that she's coming, so they come to give her some support.
Okay.
So it's also a pride.
Yeah.
Not just only to the awardee,
Yeah.
but to the community that she comes from.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You know.
And for herself, she started at 15, and as a teenager, for such a hard work to be recognized, it's a lifetime experience, lifetime achievement, really.
And one that has really impressed me was in 2012 when we recognized the former president of Zambia, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, and so you can imagine you do things and you don't even know the volume of what you have done, you know. Unfortunately, the wife passed away a week before the award, and he wrote a speech he was to deliver and send it to the embassy for the ambassador to come and deliver the speech to us and give me a copy of it on his behalf. And they came with a whole delegation of Zambians in their national color, and it was such a moving time. And then last year, I was in Equatorial Guinea on the invitation of the First Lady, and I met Kenneth Kaunda in person at 96 years of age. An old man, you know, and I just introduced myself. I said, I'm Pastor Elvis from The Voice magazine, the organization that recognized you. And he gave me an embrace, you know, that was so holistic. You know, he just took me by hand and started walking with me, you know, before a cloud of presidents, you know, brought all the protocols, walked me to his seat, and all. I said, you guys did me such a honor. I never expected it, that what I just did in my little Zambia here.
It's recognized.
You guys,
in Europe.
You know, in Europe, and think me worthy. And I'm thinking, I mean, this is a great president, and he's appreciating the little thing we just did. You know, just
and he was appreciating you in front of all
But not only me, I mean, the Achievers Award. So it's not an effort of me alone. It's an effort of so many people. And I always say that again. I want to use this opportunity to also say that to viewers, that it's not about Elvis, you know, because everybody thinks it's about me, but there are a lot of people behind me who are doing the job, and they take the credit. Those of you who are watching, those of you who are supporting African media here in the Netherlands, you are the one who takes the credit, because you are the one who is making it happen for us. So that really touched me. I became emotional.
Yeah, that's a very touching thing for a 96-year-old man to do.
He hardly could walk straight himself, and yet he held my hand, and I was trying to help him. You know, even at the point I told him, sir, please, can I ask for them to bring you a wheelchair? He said no.
I want to do it.
I want to do it. You know, it may take longer if you have the patience.
But we get there.
We get there.
Yeah.
And we did
How
it.
beautiful is that?
It's such. I mean, so those are the things that gives me joy. Why I keep going.
So for the people that are coming this year, you said that in the beginning you used to do the anniversary, and it was about people coming to eat and go.
Yeah.
How is the awards event now? If you tell a bit of our viewers so they could join us this year, because it's coming.
Yeah, it has changed. It has changed. Now we have a guest speaker, somebody, you know, to give not really a lecture, just an encouraging words again. And this year we invited a gentleman from Nigeria, Dr. Adeo Mialayaki. He's the Secretary General of the Nigerian Medical Association. He's also a human rights activist. And he's very close to me. We went to school together, you know, so to see him in that position now in society, so it felt so honored to be invited to such a huge event. You meet great personalities now. It has become an event for who is who in society, from the top to the bottom. And this is just one night evening to have an opportunity to interact with different type of people. We have the First Lady of Rwanda, who has accepted the award, and she'll be coming, and she's going to be taking the highest prize this year. and of course the embassy has told me they are coming with at least 20 delegations from Rwanda.
Wow.
So you can imagine you're going to see a lot of colors of Rwanda.
Absolutely.
There. And then all the various awardees are coming with their friends, their families to join them. We've also invited a popular Nigerian comedian, AY. Actually, we're going to recognize him as well because he has changed the face of comedy, not only in Nigeria but in Africa, and he's making it a global brand. So he's going to receive an award, but he's also going to perform.
Okay. Does he know he's an awardee?
Yeah, he knows. So we are looking forward to having him here. And then we have a young group, Papi and Freaky. They are musicians. You know, these are young coming artists that we're also giving a platform to showcase their talents. What they've got. So they're going to be performing. There's going to be great, dinner for the night, and also it's going to be a buffet. And it's just going to be a classic night.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're expecting 500 to 600 or more people. The venue is great. It's a good location in Amsterdam, the Koning.
Yeah, I know the venue, so it's a very classic place. Yeah. What's the dress code?
It's official. A gala evening. The women know how to dress. Beautiful. There's going to be a red carpet thing. I have a team working behind all of this, so I'm not too detailed.
You're not too involved.
I'm just making sure that the event itself will take place and that all the guests. Out of the 33 awardees, only 2 are not sure if they will personally be here. Others are confirming that they're going to be here. No, they accepted, but because of circumstances, they may not be able to make it. One have a program in Austria, so he's trying to see how he's going to make it over to here quickly and go back again. But we are set. We are set. What people complain about is the fee.
Right.
There's a 50 euro fee.
Right, okay.
But I always say to them that listen, 50 euro for a quality night of networking, of good meal, and just socializing.
Great entertainment.
Yeah. It's nothing. Yeah. I go to events of 100, 150 euro. You meet presidents, you meet business people. There's a change of environment, And I forgot to mention that before the award itself, we have a panel of discussants.
Okay.
Also for the night, it's going to start at 4 p.m. And they're going to be talking about reinventing Africa's future. Okay. So our idea is to advance the cause of Africa. So we've selected 7 people from various backgrounds to come and interact and talk about Africa and what can we do different. These are young, aspiring men and women.
Okay.
Because the older generation is fading away, and we need to fill in that vacuum. Yes. We need to fill in that gap. Yeah. And what stops us from the diaspora, bringing our ideas and taking it back to Africa to help Africa to advance.
Right, and this starts from 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the actual event is
from 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
So there's no break. So you actually should come from 4, and because as soon as we finish the discussion, we go into the evening properly. So there will be no time to just 1 hour break or 2 hours break. So we encourage people to come on time, be part of the first session. Right. Let's discuss, and after that we can go into the award gala night. And
because until what time is it?
Till about midnight.
Till about midnight.
Yeah, till about midnight. And Africans love parties, so the party is still there. So I think by 10 p.m. We should be through with the awards, and then the rest 2 hours is for us to enjoy ourselves and have fun.
Okay. Well, this is very brilliant. Talking to you about this, you've really enlightened me more about the Voice magazine and the Achievers Awards. So it's coming on this year on the 17th of November in the Koning, Amsterdam. And is there anything else you wanted to add for the viewers?
All I want to say is that you are all invited. It's not just only an African event, it is a world event. We have friends of Africa coming, we have Africans, people from various parts of Africa. For the first time, we are having North African involvement in the Voice Achievers Award. There is an ambassador from Egypt, and there is another sister coming from Dubai that are going to be part of the Voice Achievers Award this year. they want to connect with us. There is an organization called the African Arab League, and they want to do business and social activities with us. So it's an opportunity for us to meet with them and talk with them. And I'm open for this because I want Africa to be advanced. So you are invited. We want you to be part of the Voice Achievers Award 2715. Registration is still going on. It's just 50 euros. You can buy a ticket at the gate, but we also have some selling points in Amsterdam, in Rotterdam, in Den Haag. But just go online, send us an email, info@thevoicenewsmagazine.com, and give us your name. If you put a telephone number, we'll give you a call. And I want to thank TRT for this opportunity, and together we're going to advance the cause of Africa. So see you on the 17th. Thank you.
So thank you for watching TRT Media. This was Diaspora City Gist for today, taken from Almiran. My name is Evelyn J. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Yes, welcome back. That was it about the publisher of the Voice magazine, Pastor Elvis Iruh, and he's also the man behind the Voice Achievers Award. You have heard everything. The event is coming up on the 17th of November 2017. You can buy your tickets online at www.thevoiceachieversaward.com, and you can also reach out to us, TRT Media. You can check Royal Timmins on Facebook. You can contact us for your ticket. It costs 50 euros. AY is going to be there live, and so many other dignitaries. It's a night where you can really network. You know, in terms of business networking, you should be at this event. So this is the juncture where I'm going to be saying bye-bye, and please continue to spread the good news about the Diaspora City Gist TRT Media, because we are here to stay. And see you some other time. Bye-bye.